just finished the first chapter. So earlier, when I was speaking about this book, I was actually somewhere through the first chapter, but just now finished the first chapter. The book, by the way, is called Essentialism, the Disciplined Pursuit of Less. And I'll kind of try to highlight my thoughts and understanding from finishing this. First of all, it it felt a little bit like there was a lot of talk to fill pages. No offense at all to the author, but it just felt a little bit like that. But yeah, that aside, if I was to kind of look back at my memory of the reading, what kind of stood out, it's probably something I'll have to find out by reading the rest of the book. But essentially, what they're saying is to break down into three steps. So first, you need to explore. So you need to kind of, the first step is explore, and that means we need to go and check what are the different options. And as an essentialist, you end up actually checking at more options than as a non-essentialist, because as a non-essentialist, you're just busy doing everything. But as an essentialist, you are trying to make an informed, solid decision. And what really crossed my mind while I was reading this was the analysis paralysis. So I was thinking, yeah, you could always be exploring, but you could be exploring so many things. But the next step, they explained, next couple of steps actually helped me realize it's not like that. It's quite different. So the second step is eliminate. So once you kind of come up with a set of things you'd like to look at, you'd need to then decide which ones you don't want to do, so that you could come up with that laser focused version of the thing that you want to spend time on. And obviously the last step is execute. So those are the kind of three main steps of this book, and is divided into four parts. The first part is sense, which actually explains the core mindset of an essentialist, and then there's those three steps behind that. It's about 200 pages, and this takes us to about page 27. In terms of other highlights, what really stood out, I guess, was the analogy of a cabinet, like your wardrobe. So when you're trying to clean up your wardrobe, you clean it up today, and then if you never kind of tidy it up, it will eventually get unorganized and untidy again. But with essentialism, instead of a wardrobe, think of it as your life, as what you're doing. And if it is that, then what happens is other people are throwing stuff at you. That's the difference between a wardrobe and a life. In your life, the currency is time. And people are always asking for your time. They have different things, different requirements why they would want you. And so it's almost like thinking of the wardrobe. You clean it up, tidy it up in the morning. In the afternoon, you open it. There's a whole bunch of stuff there again already. You've not done nothing in there, but there's a whole bunch of stuff. It's just been filled up again by people, others. So that's quite interesting. That really kind of helped me see the picture that actually it's not. We are getting fed things by people around us all the time. Anyways, these are, I think, the main kind of highlights. And there was another thing, if I can find it, would be, I can't think of it now. Um, oh yeah, this is the thing. How do you come up with the stuff you want to consider? How do you work out what's priority? And yeah, speaking of the word priority, by the way, it was also mentioned on the book earlier that the word priority was invented in 1400, and for 500 years it was a singular word. You could only have one priority. But someone decided in 1900 that no, there should be more. Let's put in a few more. So let's make it plural, so you could have more priorities, and that's more cool. So you get you can fit in more stuff in there. But the word is not designed for that. It's designed for one priority. And it worked pretty well for 500 years. Why do we need to come up with a different version of it? And now we end up living in a time when there's like zillions of priorities. It's no longer one priority. But in life, we need to find that one priority and focus on that to really get that balance and movement. Anyways, I will explain in future episodes how the rest of the book is going. Thank you.